Welcome back after that drinks break. I'm sure that if you are at your home, you probably had a coffee break. As I say, welcome back to Vishram Pamesa after his cup of coffee. Good night to you, sir.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, Vinod. It's been a splendid fight back here by the Scorpions. Excellent partnership between Javel Glenn and Abhijay Mansingh. At this point in time, they've put on 57 for the 7th wicket. It's now 209 for 6. Javel Glenn pacing his innings quite well indeed, starting off ultra attacking. He's now on 67.
It's been an excellent innings by him. One of the better innings I've seen him play.
Abhijay Mansingh would have started off shakily, but he's also grown in stature.
Just over the head there of, it seems to be Puran, but one will never know if he got back onto that. But I like what I'm seeing from Charles in this spell here. He's giving the ball some air. He's slowing it up a bit, trying to get some purchase off the track.
Yeah, in this probably final hour of play, we haven't seen the same amount of turn that we saw earlier on when the sun was beating down on the wicket. Maybe the ball just skidding on if there's any dew. Doesn't seem to have much. Another tidy over. 15 overs remain in the day's play. Scorpions being put into bat earlier this afternoon, and they've recovered quite well from 9 for 2 to 209 for 6.
Yeah, they've done very well. They've had 200 runs for the loss of a further 4 wickets.
We haven't seen a lot of creativity from the Red Force team when it comes to the partnerships that has developed. to get wickets. It seems as if they're just waiting to, in hope rather than trying to create something.
Well, there is a change in bowling at the southern end, and with that change comes the rain. Shannon Gabriel was about to take up the attack from the southern end, and the rain came out of nowhere. The sky is black, so we can't see, but the rain actually has come like a thief in the night. So we will take a short break with Jamaica fighting back 209 for 6, and here comes the rain.
15 overs of day one in this 4-day clash between the Jamaica Scorpions and Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force earlier today winning the toss and deciding to bowl first. Scorpions are now 209 for 6 after being 9 for 2 earlier on. 61 by Jermaine Blackwood. And now a very, very good innings here by Javel Glenn, who is on 67. Aided manfully by Abijay Mansingh. As you see, Shannon Gabriel taking up the attack from the southern end. As I welcome Mr. Vinood Mamchan back to the commentary booth.
Yep, Shannon Gabriel from Woodland is going to take up the attack from the far end. And Shannon has been very good today. Just hasn't gotten a wicket. But my word, he has really bowled superbly. Here he is. No ball. He starts with a no ball. Had no indiscretions earlier on today. He starts with a no ball. Today, most of his bowling was done from the media center end.
Something that he would have struggled with earlier in his career.
He's now bowled what? 7 overs for. He had 8 overs this morning, conceding just 7 runs. And now he starts with a no ball.
Yes, 2 slips and a gully.
And the idea here for Gabriel will be to angle the ball across. Glenn at peace. Here he is. It's a good delivery.
Very well played by Javel Glenn. Getting a single out to cover point. Handing the strike over to Abijay Mansingh.
Mansingh will be facing some serious pace here now from Gabriel. It's night time. He got a good rest, Gabriel. So just a couple warm-up deliveries and I think he'll be ready to fire. Here's Mansingh. Ooh, that was a quick delivery. Came back into the right hander as Gabriel normally does. Gets it to come in. Probably he's happy with the pop in crease. That's just that area that Kohli is paying attention to. And he's trying to rough it up a bit for him. You see, as a bowler, Vishram, you don't want to be thinking about these things, where my feet are going to land and all these sort of things. You want to focus on the target, which should be the stumps, the batsman at the other end. You want to be confident that your foot doesn't shift or slip or slide when it lands.
Yeah, definitely. Bit of moisture now with a little bit of rainfall around. This one angling down the leg. Well taken by Joshua Da Silva. So not the start that Shannon would have liked in this final hour of play.
There may be an option now with Shannon taking over from the southern end to switch Hines from the northern end. He bowled beautifully from this end today. Regional 4-day season nicely poised here this time around. So they're going to pay some attention to that popping crease area, some loose dirt. So we wait to see what they're going to do.
Shannon has been very economical today, but without much luck, unable to get a wicket. Kari Pierre once again in the wickets, taking up 2. Was unlucky not to get a third. It's a huge appeal for caught behind. Deviation seen off the bat, but wasn't given by umpire Crawford. Some sawdust being placed on the pop-in crease. Some additional sawdust placed by bowlers run up. Really has been a splendid fight back here by the Scorpions. This partnership has now 60 runs. It's 211 for 6.
It's good to see the fight. You know, you haven't just allowed Red Force to go at them 130 odd for 6. You know, one might have thought then that by now Red Force might have been batting. But Mansing had other ideas, and of course Glenn was already in there. And they batted beautifully in a partnership of 60.
It's really been a splendid performance by these two. Let's continue to have a delay as a bit of. Now we see Javel Glenn getting a bit of attention. So slow proceedings since rain break. Just a few deliveries bowled. Physio giving some attention to forearm of Javel Glenn. Spotted well. Paced is not quite nicely. He's on 68. Very impressive. Definitely want to carry on and get to triple figures. So we're finally ready to resume play. Shannon Gabriel charging in from the sudden end. This one a big in swing on it, getting a thicker inside edge, and it goes down to the final leg boundary for 4.
Well, Mansing didn't know too much about that, I can tell you that. Look at this. Woo! Big booming in swinger. Gabriel has been brilliant today.
Yeah, definitely. That one just jogging back in and taking the inside edge, and unlucky for Shannon not cannoning into the stumps, but going into the boundary rope for 4 more for the Scorpions. 215 for 6.
The 3 fast bowlers for the Red Force have been brilliant. When you think that Anderson Phillip and Jaden Sears would be missing this game because of their English commitments, one would have thought that as this is eased the way down to third man, one would have thought that Trinidad and Tobago would have been depleted in that sense in the fast bowling department, but it just goes to show just how many good fast bowlers there are in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, very good depth that we have. Not just in fast bowling, but in the spin department as well. But yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of excellent cricketers. Great depth. Very good foundation. A lot of youth development programs. School cricket.
Into line. Mansing has been in there for 71 deliveries, so seeing the ball well. End of 76, 217 for 6.
After winning the toss and deciding to put in the Scorpions, what are your thoughts on the Red Force performance so far?
Well, all in all, 217 for 6, Red Force. Would still appreciate the fact that it's a good effort, a good bowling effort. I think with a little bit of luck, Jamaica would have been far more behind. But take nothing away from Javel Glenn. They just ran into Javel Glenn in superb batting form, and he has found an able partner in Mansing. So, all in all, I don't think they'll be too disappointed. Probably disappointed now because of the fact that they had Jamaica 9 for 2 and 140 odd for 6. You know, it's a stubborn partnership here between these two, and they want to break that before the night is through. These two then will be looking to bat out the next, 13 and a half overs or so.
Yeah, definitely. And you also have to know that Trinidad and Tobago would have lost their wrist spinner, Yannick Karaya, due to a hamstring injury. So that definitely would have affected them. He was bowling well, a bit of mystery about him. Wrist spinners generally create more chances. So that would have been a loss as well. Nicely stroked by Glenn, down to long on, gets a single. See the rags now in play, so therefore a bit more moisture on the outfield. There was a very short break due to rainfall. Maybe a bit of dew as well. This one gently played into the onside. The mid wicket, no run. Strong onside field with a short leg, a deep, short, fine leg, deep square, mid wicket, long on. This was nicely played, caressed, backward a point, and it's hauled in there. 2 more to the total. So you can see Abhijay Mansingh growing in confidence. Good footwork. Rocking back onto the back foot and just guiding it backward of point. Confidence growing in the young man. Started this competition playing under the CCC.
Yep. Switching back to Jamaica, his native country.
He's on 31. This one, solid defense. Plays it out into the offside, and that's the end of 77. After 77 overs, Jamaica's Scorpions being put into bat at 220 for 6 in their first innings. Very, very gentle breeze blowing across our screens.
It's been a pretty good day, despite the threat of rain. Rain hasn't really been so much of a factor today.
We've done well to get in the amount of overs we've bowled thus far. 13 remaining. Red Force would be desperate to get a breakthrough here now. This partnership has grown. It's 220 for 6. Gabriel into his workload. Sending Mana. So he has a fine leg and a deep backward square. Probably hinting to Javel Glenn that I'm going to bowl short at you. This one is nicely a Jaffa outside off. The angle taking it across him, further across him. And unable to get any bat on it. It goes through to the keeper, De Silva. Shannon just disappointed but turns his back and gets back to his mark slowly. Short ball will be coming, it seems. Deep backward scare. Fine leg. Still to slip on a gully. Ball is angling across Javel Glenn. He's on 69. Set. Nice steady head on him.
Again, no ball.
Just worked into the onside for a single.
Gabriel continues from the far end, and a very good over the last over. A big in-swing and delivery that could have knocked out the stumps of Mansingh. Double Nelson on the board.
I think you'll be targeting the stumps and the pads here of Mansingh. At high pace. Shannon Gabriel. One thing that he has always had was raw pace. Charges in. Oh, that's a glorious soft drive.
Mansingh is leaning forward and square driving that into the boundary. I think you'll particularly enjoy that, Mansingh. Look at it. Over pitch. Just taking the hands through the shot into the boundary for 4.
I definitely enjoy that one. That's a beautiful shot indeed. All along the ground as well.
Gabriel will not be too happy with that.
Mansing has grown into his innings. It's been very impressive so far. 35 of 76. It's just the beginning for him. It's a young career. Very side on as he faces up. Just short.
Easy to play, really, because it's angled into his body. No one just behind square there in a catching position, so you can just easily get bat onto it, whether it goes in the air or not. He knows that he's safe.
Yeah, he's in full control at the moment. And so are the Scorpions at 227 for 60. Have done well to fight back into this game. From 140 odd for 6 to now 227. A brilliant partnership of 76. Seen two good partnerships so far today. One between Mackenzie and Blackwood. Now we see Javel Glenn and Mansing. Experience and youth. Rising delivery.
Not menacing though. Pitch is not as quick as Gabriel would like it to be, I'm sure. So it just stood up there. It was easy to push it away. One wonders if Gabriel is a bit preoccupied with the problems with that popping crease.
Just awaiting ball from fielder at mid-off. Using the rock to try it as best as possible. Continues the ball from the sudden end.
This one goes down to third man. And it's into the boundary for 4. A wayward delivery there by Gabriel. So that's 4 more. Glenn goes on to 70 now.
It's full and wide. And
all he had to do was to open the face. And that is exactly what he did. Found the gap. Mohammed diving away at gully. Can't stop it.
4 more for Javel Glenn.
So Gabriel is going to go around the wicket. I remember when Gabriel played against England in the Test series in the Caribbean, in which the West Indies won. Gabriel was very impressive. In one of the innings, he took 8 wickets. And the English left-handers had a lot of problems with him bowling around the wicket. So I think that move to have him bowl to the left-hander around the wicket is a good one.
We see now Gabriel changing his line of attack round the wicket to Glenn. This one on and outside the off stump, and it's well left. So Shannon Gabriel in his 3rd spell, conceding 19 runs so far in this 3rd spell of his 3 overs. It's 231 for 6 and 78 overs. Excellent fight back by the Scorpions, but game evenly poised at the moment. There's excellent batting conditions here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in South Trinidad, Tarouba. Ground beautifully lit under the floodlights. It's an excellent facility, named after one of the greatest to have ever graced the sport, Brian Charles Lara, world record holder. This one is Brian Charles, continuing. Certainly named after the great man himself, Prince of Port of Spain. Brian Charles continuing. This one given a bit of air, and it's well driven. It's beautifully driven. The outfield is slowing down, but that one still finds its way to the boundary. That's a glorious shot again. Abhijay Mansing. 4 more to him. He's definitely grown in confidence here now, and he's just playing his strokes beautifully along the ground for 4. Cephas Cooper valiantly making an effort, but in vain. Abhijay Mansingh moves on to 40. Very, very impressive knock, along with Javel Glenn. Jamaica Scorpions 235 for 6. In the 79th over, Brian Charles, short of a length, worked into the offside, no run. Brian Charles in his 22nd over, wicketless. Alright, as I welcome Mr. Liam Mamchan back into the commentary booth. He'll be here with me till the end, till the close of play. And it's overpitched again and driven, but straight to Joshua James at cover, no run. Liam, what's your thoughts on the game thus far?
Partnership building once again. Trinidad and Tobago have to find a way to break it. Can't allow this to continue for much longer.
Worked into the onside, no run. Yeah, definitely desperate to get a wicket here. It's been a solid partnership. It's now 84 runs as this partnership. Abhijay Mansingh contributing 40, Javel Glenn 41, both of them evenly contributing to it. Solid defense of the back foot.
I've been especially impressed with Abhijay Mansingh. I think with Glenn, there's some expectation of him now. But Mansingh coming off playing for the CCC team he's in now to obviously Yannick Carrier with the physio still. Yeah, Mansingh coming into a new setup. Not that he's not been with the Jamaica team before, but you know, midway through the season, it's impressive that he's coming. He's batting a bit higher than he did for CCC, and he's scoring freely and confidently.
He's batted well. It's been a wonderful partnership with the Scorpions. As you see a bowling change now from the sudden end. 3 over spell for Shannon Gabriel, costing him 19. Or is it? Oh, it seems as if they will persist with Shannon. And he's coming around the wicket to Javel Glenn. 4th over of his spell.
One thing about Gabriel is he's looked like he's been creating things. He's finding edges, be it through the slip cordon or whatnot, but he's still finding a way to cause some sort of discomfort for these two, and we've not seen that, especially for Mansingh. He's been so comfortable since coming in. There's been nothing that really troubled him.
You can see definitely both batsmen growing in confidence and seeming a lot more in control in the middle.
Well, Vishal, the new ball is going to be available after this over, and it's definitely something that's going to be in the mind of the Silver, because you've got this partnership that's on 84 now. You've got two guys who are settled in nicely. It could work both ways. It could be that, you know, you get something for your bowlers to work with, or these two batsmen are already settled and the ball is hard. They're going to find it easier to score runs.
Definitely. It's well played by Javel Glenn. And that's excellent running between the wickets. They get a single, scamper through for another run.
Yeah, Skipper De Silva not happy with that. I thought James could have been a bit better there. I mean, it's getting in late into the day now. 10 overs to go after this in the day's play. And Trinidad and Tobago Red Force have been tardy all day. I thought in the field they've been a bit, I don't want to say bad per se, but I think they've let a lot of singles especially go, and then obviously those two missed chances early in Blackwood's innings cost them quite a bit of runs.
Yeah, they've been a bit lackluster in the field, it's true. I mean, Shannon Gabriel is now into his 3rd over of this spell, and yeah, I mean, he will be tiring. What are your thoughts on taking the new ball, Joshua James and Terence Hines, or you think you would persist with spin?
Well, I would like to take the new ball if I'm Joshua De Silva around the 85th over. Get 5 overs of Hines and James. Well, I don't even mind if they go carry pair with the new ball as well, just to see what he can do, because we saw him with the ability to drift the ball to get that arm ball I think it could cause some problems for these two as well.
Yeah, he's known for taking the wide ball in the shorter version of the game. Kari Pierre, Shannon.
Inside edge again, Mansing. But you could see that the confidence that Mansing is playing with at the moment is brilliant. He's batting on number 8, which in your mind could make you feel like, you know, these guys are considering me a tail ender, but he's showing that he's a genuine all-rounder.
It's been a solid performance by him thus far. Partnership now growing on, 86. The Red Force team tiring.
No, I think this innings from Mansing and Glenn has really set the foundation for a guy like Odin Smith to come out and do what he does. And, you know, he could give you a 15 less than 20 deliveries the way that he bats. And that could just boost Jamaica going forward. If he came in a bit earlier with, say, 160 for 7, then he would have had to play a different way. But now he's got a bit of a launch pad. So that's the importance of this partnership from these two. I've been really impressed with Jabel Glendo.
Certainly, Scorpions would definitely want this partnership to continue for as long as it can. It's 237. Game still evenly poised though in day 1. But Scorpions would feel in a happier position after being 130 odd for 6. 140 odd for 6. This one going wide of the crease, and it's a no ball.
He struggled with that since he's come back into the attack. It's been something to note. You and I had a conversation earlier about should no balls be made free hits. Shannon Gabriel would have not enjoyed that.
At all, definitely.
Congratulations are in order for Joshua Bishop. He was in action for the West Indies Academy earlier today. And he picked up 6 wickets. He is a guy that is a lot closer than a lot of us think to that West Indies team. Because he has been a genuinely consistent performer in the last 3 seasons. It's just a matter of time. He's become a genuine all-rounder as well. Scored some hundreds this season, a couple of half centuries. Some important 40s batting on number 6, 7, 8. And he's getting wickets every game. So he's another guy to take note of.
Continues to bowl well. Yet another left-arm orthodox. Shining.
He picked up 6 for 78 today against the Academy. Against the CCC, sorry.
It's definitely not something we're lacking here in Caribbean. Have some excellent left-arm orthodox bowlers. Gudakesh Moti, Chomel Warrikan, Kari Pierre, Akil Hussain. Now Joshua Bishop.
Just a look through at some of his performances throughout the season. Joshua Bishop. In match number 2, he picked up 7 for 85 against the Leeward Islands. He came up against Barbados, scored a 26-ball half century. A 20-ball half century, in fact. Then scored 100 against Trinidad and Tobago. Picked up 5 against the Scorpions in round 5. And today in round 6, he's picked up a 6-wicket haul. So not much more you can ask for from an all-rounder.
Yeah,
He's giving you hundreds, he's giving you 5-wicket hauls, half centuries, everything.
Yeah, he's definitely had an excellent tournament so far. And we also know that later this month, we have the West Indies breakout T20 competition coming up right here in the Brian Lara Cricket Academy.
He'll be in action there as well.
Yeah, great opportunity for these guys to shine. It's a platform for them to get into the CPL.
Some of these guys involved in this game as well would be involved. From the Trinidad and Tobago team, Amir Jangu, Cephas Cooper, Joshua De Silva, Jid Kohli, Kamil Puran, Navin Bidesi, who's not on the official squad for Trinidad and Tobago, but he's here with the team.
Tournament starts in about 3 weeks' time, just after the final round, round 7, in which we see more than likely a top of the table clash between Guyana Happy Eagles and Trinidad and Tobago Red Force.
That tournament runs from April 25th and straight into the 10th of May.
It's T20s live right here from the Brian Lara Cricket Academy.
Javel Glenn, another player that we'll see in that.
So lots of cricket. And later on in the year, we'll have Australia will be coming down to the Caribbean. As we see Gary Pierre continuing. He's bowled well, 2 for 46 in 19 overs. As the 81st over now completed, 238 for 6. Jamaica Scorpions being put into bat after losing the toss.
Just a note on some of the players involved. The Trinidad and Tobago team, Trinidad and Tobago Legions, Kamil Puran, Amir Jangu, Jade Goody, Christian Turton, Navin Bidesi, Mikel Govaya, Joshua James, who's involved in this game, Joshua Da Silva, McKenny Clark, Cephas Cooper, Damian Joachim, Sharon Lewis, Abdul Rahim Toppin, the 19-year-old, and Johan Lane. And Leeward Islands, Kenneth Pennyfeather, Casey Carty, Kofi James, Karima Gore, Mikhail Louis, the young superstar Joel Andrew, Micah McKenzie, Nathan Edward, Giovanni De Pisa, Anderson Mahis out of Trinidad and Tobago, Michael Palmer, Jamie Cornelius, Jaden Carmichael, and Jedediah Martin. Windward Islands, Daryl Cyrus, Shadrach Descartes, Shamar Springer, Alec Athanaze, Dylan Douglas, Teddy Bishop, Akeem Ogis, Rashawn Williams, Avinash Mahabir Singh, Johan Jeremiah, Kieran Phillips, Keon Gaston, and Lee John and Noel Leo. Lee John, another 19-year-old who represented the Windward Islands this year as well.
Just another platform for these players. We have to compliment West Indies Cricket Board, Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board for creating these opportunities for these young men to shine.
Here comes Gabriel. Edging, and it's past everyone in the slip quarter. And James has some work to do and can't cut that one off. His 4 run.
Very unlucky today. He's bowled extremely well. Just hasn't been able to get a wicket, and this one wide of the fielder or the outside edge, and it goes all the way into the boundary, rubbing salt in his wounds. Javel Glenn now moves on to 79.
Let's continue to name these under these breakout league teams. Guyana Rainforest Rangers, Niall Smith. Niall Smith is one that caught me a bit off guard. I didn't think he was so young. He's still just 29 years old. Kemal Savory, Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, Kevin Sinclair, Ashmead Ned, Kevlin Anderson, who scored 77, not out for Guyana today, Riyad Latif, Rivaldo Clark, Jedediah Blades, Isaiah Thorne, Richie Lucknott, Zainul Ramsami, Adrian Sukwang, Quinton Sampson. Barbados Pelicans, after this delivery from Shannon Gabriel, go through that team.
Yeah, Gabriel continuing.
Oh,
that's well played by Javel Glenn. May have kept a bit low on, but you can see how he's keeping his eyes on the ball and keeping it. Oh, that's well played by Javel Glenn. He's definitely locked in here this evening. As we're nearing close of play, just about 8 overs or so remaining at the end of this one, as we continue to hear the players that will be on show.
Barbados Pelicans, Nico Bausha, Kadeem Allen, who has been in excellent form locally. He's been playing in Trinidad and Tobago. He's from Barbados, but he plays some of his club cricket here in Trinidad and Tobago. He's involved Joshua Bishop, as we mentioned, Naeem Young, Shakir Paris, who scored a half century today for the combined campuses and colleges team, Kevin Wickham, Zishan Mutara, as Gabriel comes in, good delivery. Cheyenne Brathwaite, Cyan Hackett. It's good to see Cyan Hackett back after he suffered a couple of injuries, but he's back into the teams now. Nathan Seeley, who was the captain of the West Indies under 19 team. Amari Goodrich as well. The Jamaica Titans team, a lot of these guys playing in this game. Dietmar Anderson, Leroy Lugg, Ramal Lewis, Jivo Royal, who's not involved, he's on the bench, but he's part of this Scorpions team. Kirk McKenzie, who we saw earlier, Jordan Johnson, who's in action for the academy. Tamari Redwood, who's on the bench for the Scorpions here. Michael Clark, who's a good young upcoming fast bowler and batsman from Jamaica. Govasta Edmond, as we see Gabriel again. Beauty, an absolute beauty from Shannon Gabriel, and if he can do that, if he can bowl a ball like that to Javel Glenn, who's 79 not out of 133, that shows you how well he's bowling.
Yeah, he's bowled well, but just hasn't been able to pick up one. And Glenn, who is set 79 of 133 balls, still finding difficulty to face Shannon Gabriel, spearhead of this Red Force attack.
The last couple of players not mentioned so far from the Jamaica Titans team: Rion Edwards, left-arm fast bowler; Anthony Dakras, Brian Barnes, former Jamaica under 19 captain; Andrew Ramaran and Zion Brathwaite. In the air, chance of a catch. Jet Gully drops it. Well, it was a tough catch. It was in the sky for a bit, and Gully did not seem to see where it was. He put in a good effort.
Got there, but it just popped out at the final moment. Ball was angled in and going across the line, trying to flick it through mid-wicket, getting the leading edge, skying it to wide mid-off. Big effort, valiant effort by Chet Gooley, but just not holding on. Once again, Shannon Gabriel going extremely unlucky here today. In his 12th over, none for 44, but he has taken a number of edges yet to go to hand. And on this occasion, this one went to hand, but Chet Gooley unable to hold on. It's very, very unlucky. And that's a glorious looking square drive by Abhijay Mansingh. That moves him on to 45 all along the ground, rubbing salt in the wounds of Shannon Gabriel after a dropped opportunity of the bat of Javel Glenn. Abhijay Mansingh decides that this one is wide outside the off stump and he square drives it through backward point for 4. Glorious.
Yeah, this insult to injury there for Shannon Gabriel. He's bowled so well. I don't think he's put a foot wrong today. And he's not had a great time. At the end of 82, 247 for 6. 8 overs left in the day's play. And Kari Pay set to continue from the northern end. Kari Pay is the man that you would think could get a breakthrough here for the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. 82 overs, as I mentioned, so the new ball is available.
That's the third drop catch we've seen today by the Red Force. Really haven't had the best day in the outfield.
And I can tell you something, Gibran Mohammed is the assistant coach of the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force team, and he is a stickler for fielding. He loves to make sure that his team is a good fielding team, which the Red Force have been throughout this competition, but today they've been off it. Glenn wants 2, and Joshua James quickly off the boundary, not allowing that. Pick up a single.
Good work there by Joshua. So the partnership continues to build. It's now pushed on to 97. Javel Glenn on 80. Abhijay Mansingh 45. Caribbean is 20th over.
We've stuck with the short leg here for Pay. Mansingh's on 45 of 92. He's really played a good knock here, a really good innings.
He's looked very solid in defense, and when attacking, he's been very clear in his mind of what he wants to do.
Partnership nearing 100 now. Just 3 runs away.
Stroking it out to Amu Django at short cover.
I think Django would be excited to bat on a track like this where there's no real anything well fielded there from Cephas Cooper.
Yeah, we saw earlier today that there is a bit of turn on offer, but it's slow turn. And Carripier continuing, giving it fair amount of air, lots of drift, but very solid defense by Man Singh. Tired bodies out there now. 83rd over.
Oh, that looked good. That looked good. An appeal, not out, says umpire Crawford.
Seem to have gotten an inside edge. See here on the replay.
Just maybe a thing outside the off stump as well. Brian Charles trying to be a bit cheeky there.
Joshua De Silva, seeing that might have clipped the inside edge as well. So good decision there by umpire Shannon Crawford.
Looks like it's going to be Gabriel to continue.
It's created chances in this spell, but just unlucky. Hasn't been able to. His team hasn't assisted with holding on to those opportunities.
Well, this is going to be his longest spell of the day as well. He's bowled 2 4-over spells. This is his 3rd spell now, and he's into his 5th. So, Shannon Gabriel showing that he's 36 years old and he's still able to produce these magnitudes of spells. How fast he's bowling, how well he's bowling at this age. Despite having an injury career, shows you the character of the man.
Glenn works it into the onside, looking for 2, and very good running between the wickets. Even at this time of day, they're still in good intensity, ensuring that they got as much runs as that is an offer. That's 2 more for Javel Glenn. Joshua De Silva maintaining 2 slip on a gully. Shannon Gabriel round the wicket, trying to angle the ball into Javel Glenn. He has a deep backward square and a fine leg. Mid off, mid on. Shannon charging in. It's full on the line of middle stump, but well kept out by Glenn. No run.
I think the energy that Shannon Gabriel has bowled with today has been excellent, has been exemplary. And it's always hard, and I can tell you as a fast bowler myself, it's always hard when you're running and you're putting all this effort in good rhythm, which is it's hard to get into a good rhythm first of all. So when you're in that good rhythm and just nothing seems to be going right for you on the end product, you're bowling so well and you just can't get anything in that wicket column. It's one of the most frustrating feelings in any sort of cricket, I can tell you that.
Shannon Gabriel continues. This one short of a length, well played. Liad Mamchan, he's all-rounder. Pace bowling all-rounder. Represented Trinidad and Tobago at the youth levels. Still playing cricket.
Gabriel, 3 deliveries left in this over now. And he doesn't seem as tired, and I think the conditions around are definitely helping him. It's a pretty cool night here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. There's no sun draining his energy at the moment. And he's showing that, he's going to take advantage of that and bowl long spells.
We're in the 84th over here. That's Shannon Gabriel continuing.
Good delivery. No ball again. Signaled by umpire Raj Kumar.
That's his 4th no ball in this spell. He's definitely struggled a bit. Maybe bit of the popping crease as well, causing some misuse, as identified earlier by Vinud Mamchan. See, it's been a bit more expensive in this spell as well. You can see the sweat pouring out of his hands. Taking deep breaths. As gathers his thoughts and getting prepared to bowl to Javel Glenn. Definitely a bit more moisture around, a bit of dew. Almost no wind at the moment. Very steady conditions. And another no ball. So that pushes on to the partnership. It's now 100. Excellent partnership here between Abhijay Mansingh and Javel Glenn.
Yeah, pretty much level in terms of contributions. 45 for Mansingh, 50 for Glenn. And obviously a couple of extras. 4 no balls, in fact, in that, as mentioned by Vishram. Back-to-back no balls. In fact, what, 5 no balls now?
In his spell, yeah. Both batsmen sharing the workload, contributing quite evenly, as well as the balls faced as well. So it's been a an excellent partnership indeed. One that was much needed for the Scorpions, who were 140 for 6, now 252 for 6.
Yeah, brilliant comeback. Here comes Gabriel again from the southern end. And peeling off the outside edge once more, and James with a misfield. It goes from bad to worse with Shannon Gabriel. There's not much more he can do, and you can see he just looks like a defeated man walking back to his mark. And he's worked so hard today. It's not often you get Shannon Gabriel in this sort of mood, in this sort of rhythm, where he's bowling 13 overs in a day at good pace and getting the ball to move around. So you've got to take advantage of it. And Trinidad and Tobago Red Force would go home tonight knowing that they have work to do.
Yeah. Definitely let a couple opportunities slip by. 253 for 6, the 84th over. They would have had intentions of closing the play with bat in hand. Doesn't seem that will be possible anymore.
They want to, in their mind, know that they got to get Jamaica all out before they get to 300. 4 runs. Brilliant from Mansingh. He races on to 49 with that shot. It was purposefully played. There's 2 slips and a gully. He found a gap between slip and gully and picked up 4 runs. Let's have a look at it again. That's brilliant from Abhijay Mansingh.
Yeah, that's very, very well played. Very deliberate, finding the gap. And that's what has been very impressive in his innings thus far. It's been, every time he's attempted to score a boundary, he's been able to find the gaps in the field and has been successful on that occasion as well. So another 4 to Abhijay Mansingh. He moves on to 49 and on the brink of a half century.
That would be his 6th first-class half-century. Before this game, averaging just about 21. Looking to improve on that, and this innings would help that.
Started his tournament playing for CCC. Now with his form has brought the Jamaica Scorpions deciding to bring him back into their squad.
What a decision it was. Down the leg side from Gabriel. No run there. So at the end of over number 84, 257 for 6. Shannon Gabriel completes his 13th over. There we see manager, Sebastian Edwards. He's also the manager of the Merry Boys team.
That final spell by Shannon Gabriel, 5 overs, none for 40. Smeared with a number of no balls. So might be the end of his night with the ball.
We see Tion Webster heading down to Deep Square with a drink in hand for Shannon Gabriel. He's deserved it. He's worked hard today. And here comes Carey Pay again. Around the wicket to Glenn, who's on 84. Edging and just wide off Brian Charles. Diving to his weaker side. And not going to go for 4. They'll pick up 2. Glenn Lives to fight another day. He moves on to 86.
Both batsmen being content with a double on that occasion. Possible opportunity for 3, but being so another fortuitous edge there for Javel Glenn. He's earned his luck on this occasion, as this one a solid defense into the onside. He's batted well. Sometimes you earn your luck. He's done the basics quite well. Built an excellent partnership here with Mansingh. This one is short and it's pulled into the onside. Deep mid wicket comes into play. It's Joshua James.
Mansingh one away from his 6th half century. You want to get that out of the way quickly. Don't want to end up on the Henry display on right before a milestone. Plays on your mind all night. Oh, just played away from Puran, and that's going to bring up Abhijay Mansingh's 6th half century at first class level. What a welcome back to the Jamaica Scorpions team for him. He's had a good season with the CCC, and now he's back into Jamaica and doing well.
Wonderful knock there by Abhijay Mansingh. 50 of 100 balls, striking at 50 runs per 100 balls as well. So excellent knock, and building a very, very good partnership here with Javel Glenn, and cementing the Scorpions' position now. They are now 261 for 6. They'll be much pleased with this after being 141 for 6 at one point in time. In a portion of the bat going into the onside, no run there. Javel Glenn, he's on 87. Just about 5 overs remaining in this play. And that one, he goes downtown and into the stands. And that's a maximum. That carries him on to 93. He's definitely looking for that triple figures before the close of play.
He was in the slot from Kari Pay, and deposited for 6 by Javel Glenn. What an innings this has been, and he's looking at a maiden first class century here.
He's batted really, really well. Started off ultra attacking, paced his innings quite nicely in the middle, and now at the close of play he's looking to launch again, try and get close to that 100. He's almost there, very much deserving of it.
It's going to be the man with the golden arm, the man who picked up the wicket earlier and got the breakthrough for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, and that is going to be Jason Mohammed.
.267 for 6 after 85 overs. The scoring rate hasn't been too bad at all. It's 3.14 runs and over.
Could see him just getting warm there. Just not seeing any Terence Hines for a while. He's been a bit expensive. His second spell not the greatest. And he struggled a bit to get to his lines and lengths, but it's worth a try. There's a couple overs left in the day's play.
Jason Mohammed, he starts with a slip on a short leg.
Short mid wicket, deep backward square, long mid off, short cover, regulation cover, and a backward point.
Might be a bit more difficult to grip the ball as it's getting a bit chewy. All is willing is Jason Mohammed. This one is a bit shorter. Punch off the back foot. Straight out to cover point, no run. Good footwork there by Mansingh. Rocking back onto the back foot. Punching it into the offside. Unable to find the gap on that occasion.
I think what's hurt Trinidad and Tobago severely here, Vishram, and you and I spoke about it at the point of when it happened, was when Yannick Caraya left the field. He was in the middle of an amazing spell.
Yeah, definitely. Mystery of that wrist spinner. And this one, again, rocking back on the back foot, but straight out to the fielder, no run. Yeah, definitely mystery of the wrist spinner. Would have created more chances for the Red Force. So a depleted attack. Now we see turning to Jason Mohammed. Good work there by Cephas Cooper in short, preventing the single. So at the end of 86, the Jamaica Scorpions being asked to bat first at 267 for 6.
I think the exclusion of Jake Goody from the 11, as well as Tion Webster, that's two all-rounders that they've got on the bench there. So it's hurting them a bit now. Obviously, with the unexpected injury of Yannick Caraya. It just seemed like they're searching a bit for that 5th or 6th bowling option to really get them back into this game.
Yeah, Red Force desperate for a breakthrough. See a bit of mist around. And this one played away by Javel Glenn. And it goes into the boundary. That's 4 more to him.
He's just a shot away now. 97 he moves on to.
What an impressive knock it's been by the young man. As you said earlier, he's been in a purple patch. And he's making full use of it.
It's something that I've heard a lot of cricketers say. And I've also just recently speaking to Amir Jangu. He said that when you in form, you've got to take advantage of it. You've got to make the most of it, because times like this don't come often. Form is something that, sometimes is few and far between, especially runs. You see the ground staff getting ready. What we thought was missed has actually turned out to be a bit of a drizzle. Glenn would look to get to 100 before that. Off the back foot, cutting. But straight to Shannon Gabriel. Now that deep point. Gets a single. Glenn moves on to 98.
272 for 6. Just a couple overs, 3 overs or so remain at the end of today's play. So Glenn will probably looking forward to getting on strike. Spear continues. He'll be bowling to Mansing. This one is short on the pads and worked nicely into the onside, and Mansing gleefully goes to the non-striker's end and rotates the strike back to Javel Glenn. 98 of 148 deliveries.
Yeah, top innings from a top young cricketer. Was a bowling all-rounder back in the days. Now he's completely turned that around. The drizzle is coming down a bit more than a drizzle at the moment, and I think if this rain delay comes, it's going to be the end of the day's play. They won't continue. Doesn't make much sense.
Long on a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square. Scary Pierre continues to Javel Glenn. This one is tossed up and it's worked into the onside, but short mid-wicket just comes over and collects. It's another dot ball. So 1 ball remain in this 87th over.
And they're going to finish the over, and the covers are going to come on after this. So is Glenn going to get to 100? Cuts away, and he will end on 99. And somehow that tells me we're going to see the end of the day's play with that. The covers are coming on. We're not quite sure what's happening just yet in terms of if it's the end of the day's play or not. But Javel Glenn is on 99 at the break. So we'll be right back when we have some more information. At this point in time, at the end of 87 overs, the Jamaica Scorpions are 274 for 6.